You guys, first of all, take a look at our studio audience. You guys look good. When I got out of the car this morning and I looked at you guys here in the studio audience waiting to come in, thank you so much for dressing. I am so impressed. Many of our studio audience wore their own hats and fascinators. This is called a fascinator. I just call it a thing growing from my head, which I love. But for people who didn't wear, we actually gave, thanks to our friends at the Village Scandal here in New York City, there's fascinators for everybody. Including the men. Thanks, boys. You're really good sports. One of the best moments of the royal wedding that I saw was when Kate arrived at Westminster Abbey. And that's her sister holding her bouquet and Napoleon Bonaparte in the background. I love that man's hat. But there's the beautiful bride, and her dress was simple and elegant. You know, every bride has their taste. I liked her dress, you know. I liked it a lot. And her dress, if you'll notice in color, is ivory with lace, floral detail. It's designed by Sarah Burton at Alexander McQueen, and it's made, again, of ivory and white satin. And they say that it resembles an opening flower. I say it's ivory because that flower's been open. I hope you didn't think that you were going to tune in today and we were just going to talk royal and I wasn't going to have my jokes. I have jokes. Well, let's take a look at some of the other royals. Here's Queen Mum. Like I said, she's 85 years old. And, you know, for some of you older women, sometimes there's no excuse for not wearing a pair of heels. There she is, 85, with like, it looks like maybe 2-inch shoes. I don't know that they're Ferragamo, but they have that kind of look to them. And then Prince Charles and his side piece. Here's the thing. She will always be the side piece to me because I don't like him for marrying her and I don't like her for jumping off with him all those years. But P.S., he does look handsome there. Doesn't he look handsome? There's a lot of material with those royal costumes. It looks like he pulled that out of the closet and sprayed it with some Febreze and put it on. But he looks good. And Camilla. Here's the thing, though, but we have to remember, it's almost like you can't blame Camilla and you can't blame Charles, because if you recall your royal information, and we'll get it when we do our piece a little bit later on with Life and Style, he was about 33 years old when his mother, the Queen Mum, went to him and said, look, you're still single, you need to get married, you need to produce heir, let's find you somebody. And that's where they found 19-year-old Princess Di. But he, at that point, was allegedly still with Camilla, except she was older and, you know, beyond childbearing years. So I don't know who we blame this on. Maybe the Queen Mum, because he forced her into it. Whereas these kids that got married today, Wills and Kate, that's an 8-year relationship. That's out of, like, you saw the love in their eyes. Like, I wish them a lot of luck. All right, let's take a look at Prince Harry. He's one cute best man, 26. And allegedly available, although, let's not forget, he does have an escort at the wedding, Chelsea Davy, who looks like she went to the mall, grabbed a dress, picked it up off her floor this morning, threw it on, smudged her club makeup, grabbed her bag, and said, let's go. Anyway, Chelsea is rumored to be back together with Harry. And, you know, I say that tongue-in-cheek because, you know, we have to remember, these are young people. I mean, when you think about the responsibility that Kate now has, at 21, I know I couldn't have done it. Could you have done it? What were you doing at 21? Still in the clubs like Chelsea and working on your career. I mean, very, very, how old is she? She's 20? She's 20? Oh. Congratulations to Prince William and Kate Middleton on the birth of their baby boy. Truth be told, I was hoping they'd have that baby on the weekend so we really didn't have to talk about it. I've been so, like, I was never into the royal family. No, honest, I'm speaking honestly, again. I was never into the royal family until Princess Di came along. When Princess Di came along, I was into her, and I was into her relationship with Fergie and how the two girls went through it. And then when Princess Di allegedly might have done something with that soccer player, and then one of her sons is a redhead, and then she got involved, like the soccer player. And then Charles got back together with Camilla, and it was like watching Days of Our Lives, except for it was Days of Their Lives. And I was into the royal family at that point. When Di, untimely met her death, I was done with all of them. I was just like, I mean, the two boys, William and Harry, I looked at them from afar, but I didn't really much care about, anything other than that they were nice boys to live their mother's legacy. I didn't really much care about the royal wedding, even though we celebrated it here. I did that because I knew you cared. We wore those fascinators and all that. I didn't care about any of it, so I really didn't think that I would really care about this royal baby. I found my girly behind shedding a tear when I looked across the thing. I was so happy for her. I so didn't care, and then all of a sudden they announced it on the news. I was by myself, so nobody was looking. And I should not one, but two trickled down my face. I was happy for her because she gave birth, and I was even more happy that she gave birth to a boy because I said now, in case she doesn't want to have any more kids, she doesn't have to keep trying and trying. She can sew that up if she wants now. Now, the name is not picked. I don't care what the name is. I'm out. I'm checked out. But the baby will be the third in line for the throne after Charles, who's old, and William, who would make a fine prince. Do you know that the law changed, though? I originally was happy for Kate because you know how, the royals and some other families, you know how you keep trying for that boy? Well, the law changed in 2011. Now the firstborn inherits the throne regardless of gender. I did not know that. I had no idea. So now, Kate has been very celebrated, but now her real work begins because she got pregnant almost right away. So now we're all gonna be watching to see whether she does the work that Di used to do, visit impoverished countries and get the landmine situation together and all that other stuff. So her real work begins now as a mom, a wife, and a volunteer. Kate Middleton, your mom sounds fun. I know that you might be embarrassed. By the way, Kate, what is going on with your fried ends? And she looks like she has about 20 packs of weave in her head, doesn't she? And lost her brush. That doesn't look very royal. Anyway, Kate is dreading the holidays with the royal family because her mother drinks a lot. Well, Mom is 60 years old. And look, let me just say this, okay? Mom is 60. She still looks terrific. She raised a duchess, so she's, which, you know what I'm saying? She raised a woman to be a duchess. I would be having a good time too. Mom's responsibilities regarding raising her kids are over. She raised the queen of all kids. She no longer has to drive, because of course when your daughter is the duchess, you always have a car service. So here's what she was doing apparently at the last holidays, with the queen mom. So Kate's mom got so twisted. She started telling dirty jokes. But you know what? This is what the royals really do need to. This is why this royal family is not my favorite royal family. My favorite royals are the ones on E with Elizabeth. Okay? Those royals like to have fun. Kate, maybe you could sit your mom down and explain to her. Oh, that's not gonna work. Kate, look the other way, Kate, and just, as long as your mom's not falling down. Let me just show you how fun Kate's mom is. Here she is at a rugby match. with her own bottle. That's the kind of woman I would love to go out with. Kate, what are you gonna do? It's your mother. That's it. For Hot Topics, we're here to coach you along, girl, because this is Prince Harry's alleged girlfriend. And if it goes down like this, Prince Harry would marry this woman, and then this woman would be the queen. This is according to People magazine, which is the Bible. You know what we say here, when People says it, it's real. Yes. So, the reports are that Prince Harry is getting really close to getting engaged with this girl named Meghan Markle. And there's Meghan. Oh yes, she's half black and half white. She's from Crenshaw. Okay. I don't know whether she graduated from Crenshaw High, but she's got a really good job on TV on a show that I have never watched, but they tape it in Toronto. So she's up there doing her show, and the prince is up there doing something philanthropic, and they meet, but she's got a boyfriend at the time. The boyfriend is a cook. Well, honey, bye, cook. I think, I'm sorry, dude. You're nice and everything, but I could be a queen, so I must move on. I could be the first black woman to royal over the royal palace. Listen, all right, I'll tell you a bit about Meghan, okay? Meghan, I don't know whether she has siblings, full siblings, but I know that she was once married. She's 35 and he's only 33. So in other words, the prince is marrying a black divorcee? Yes, we can! Okay, Meghan's family, you ready for the rest? Mom still lives in Crenshaw, and she teaches yoga. And dad is a former cinematographer who now lives in Mexico. He declared bankruptcy in June. They are about to hood out the palace. Right? Look, and then Meghan has, there's mom. Mom is natural. Mom seems like the type doesn't even care about money. She's so zen and spiritual and stuff. Then, okay, she has a stepsister or something who spoke out to OK Magazine, saying that Meghan has turned her back on the family. Now here we go, right? Saying that, you know, dad is broke and living in Mexico. You know, I need money, everybody needs money, and Meghan is busy with the prince. See, please don't let your family mess this up for you, Meghan. Because when I first read this story, I was like, wow, this is really good. Yeah, I mean, it was odd to me that he would marry, at first, because I've been tracking this story, you know, for about a week, you know, an older woman. I wasn't even thinking about the black thing. I was like, wow. So the prince, who's 32, is gonna marry perhaps a 35-year-old woman. Wouldn't he be nervous about heirs? We all know that at 35, you know, it becomes risky. You would think the prince would want like somebody, you know, nubile and 22 and all. You know, the prince, not regular guys. I'm talking about the prince who's got to sire heirs. Even though Harry's he's the fifth in line, so he'll never be king. Which is terrific. Because let me tell you something. Being the oldest can't be fun. Not if you're the king, not if you grow up in Jersey. I know, listen, I've got an older sister, Wanda. Wanda has taken the brunt of everything. She's the one who's always had to be in my parents' absolute box of perfection. By the time I came along, anything goes. Like I ran off to college, I majored in radio. You know, my parents had no idea what I was doing. They just always knew it was off to the left of whatever, you know, Queen Wanda was doing. And that was great, because while she was trying to be perfect, I'm over here doing this, which all led me to dress like a streetwalker on daytime TV. Anyway, this young lady, though, is very philanthropic. She's also a part of the UN. She does a lot of charity work, which was probably their original connection. However, there's way too much drama with her, and this will not work out. It's not her. It's gonna be the family. The family's gonna mess it up, and Prince Charles, you keep your trap shut. You let your son date who he wants on account of how you treated Di. And Harry, I'm moving on from this story, but here's how you talk to your dad if he tries to get slick about either because Meghan's older, because Meghan's black, or because Meghan's from Crenshaw. Here's how you get at your dad. You go, "Oh, really, Dad? You're really one to talk, right, Dad? If you are my dad." "Oh, yes, Dad. The streets are talking. And they've been talking for years. And I wouldn't even blame Mom based on what you've done to her, and then you went on and married that woman you want me to call stepmom Camilla." Oh, this part of the royal family gets me very, very in my feelings. So, Harry, you do you. Meghan, hang in there. Show Mariah how it's done. And we'll be watching the story. Meghan Markle with the sparkle. She's winning. She's winning, all right. So she's 36, Meghan Markle, congratulations. And Harry is 33. She is a divorcee. No children from the past. And she's an actress who's now given up her acting position to settle down and, you know, be with Harry. Why not? So they sat down for their first interview. If you haven't seen it, take a look.
Both my parents and my close friends were concerned because we got very quickly swept up in a media storm that, as I shared, was not part of my life before that. But they also had never seen me so happy.
You know, at the end of the day, she chooses me and I choose her. And therefore, you know, whatever we have to tackle together or individually will always be us together as a team. So, I think she's capable.
So nicely said, isn't it?
I don't know. But she's capable of anything.
Cute. Real cute. So, the ring has 3 stones. 2 of them belong to Di, and then the one in the middle is something that he got. I mean, just beautiful. Because she's gonna have all access to all those royal diamonds and all that stuff for the rest of her life. Harry hasn't met her father yet. Well, you know, her father lives in Mexico. He was married at one point. I don't know whether he still is. He's filed for bankruptcy. That doesn't mean that he's a bad person. Although it's weird that Meghan has introduced her mom, Doria, who's 61, you know, the yoga instructor from Crenshaw, to Harry, but not the father. Anyway, Doria now has security outside of her home. Now, she lives in LA's Windsor Hills area, they call it. Oh, I call it a real distraction for the whole neighborhood. The first thing I'd want to do is move. Put my house on the market and maybe move into a condo with one way in and one way out. You know? It's got to be very disturbing to the neighborhood, you know, SWAT always around and the cops and security and dogs and fences, the paparazzi. Anyway, her 50-year-old half-sister, this is the one who, her name is Samantha, she claimed, remember we talked about this on Hot Topics, that Meghan they hadn't seen each other in 10 years. This is the one in the wheelchair who basically pegged Meghan out to be a no-good sister. This is when we told you on Hot Topics before they got engaged. Well, now she's tap dancing. She went on Good Day Britain. Take a look at what she says.
Well, you know, it's lovely, but I have to say, I think what's more important, you know, to our family and certainly to her is that you find the person that's the best fit for you, that you love, that really makes you happy. I don't think it's so much who he is in terms of royalty as who he is as a man.
You know, there are only a few exceptions where you just take the title and deal with the man later. And that would be to be part of the royal family. You know, you take that title, and yes, it has everything to do with him being royal, and then maybe he turned out to be a good man. By the way, this coat is sold out. Yeah, it's sold out. And the dress she was wearing during the interview sold out. I don't think that they should get married before Kate Middleton has the birthday, though. I think that Meghan needs to fall back and let Kate have the baby, lose a little baby weight, just to start on the right foot in the family, you know what I mean? So don't get married. I think Kate is due in like March or April or something like that. Have the wedding in September. Kate, they say that Kate will not be a bridesmaid in the wedding. You know why? It's beneath her title. Well, Kate is in line to be the Queen of England. So, you know, what they say is she would be, if she was a bridesmaid, she'd be serving Meghan and doing all those, you know, all that planning and stuff. Kate, I say we dodged a bullet with this one. Nobody wants to be no damn bridesmaid. Imagine the stress of being a royal bridesmaid. Ugh. Anyway, we'll be following this, not all the time, but from time to time.
Right, okay.
I mean, you know, I like them, I'm happy for them, but this is not my jam, you know what I mean? Look, Meghan Markle's father is no longer going to be at his daughter's royal wedding. Well, you've heard about this, and people have talked about it, but I want to talk to you about it and how I feel about it. And how I feel about it is poor Mr. Markle. And I secretly think that the royal family and their protocol has her saying he is no longer invited. Now, you want to marry our son, you want to marry our grandson, you want to marry our great-grandson, or however old people are in the family, you got to get down or lay down. And so she's getting down. He told TMZ he doesn't want to embarrass Meghan or the royal family for the scandal with that posed photo shoot. We talked about this yesterday on Hot Topics. Reportedly, Meghan was devastated. I don't believe that. I believe Meghan was probably devastated by her sister, who called the father and set him up to do something like this. Dad doesn't know. Does he really look like he knows? I mean, you don't want to judge people on the way they look, but you do it all the time. So let's talk about him. He doesn't know how to call a paparazzi. What? Okay, so you'll give me $130,000 or whatever it was, you know, whatever, and you'll show up. I can play like I'm at the library, and you take pictures of me looking up the royal family, and then at the coffee shop, looking up images of Britain. Poor thing, he doesn't know. When last we saw of him, remember when me and Hot Topics talked about this in the very beginning, he was walking out of the store with a 12-pack. That's all he wanted was a 12-pack and his cigars, and the paparazzi ran up on him, and he was looking at them like, oh my gosh, this is all too much. And I was asked this morning in the meeting, well, should Harry call Mr. Markle? Excuse me? Clap if you think Harry's supposed to call. I'll see you to the door once the show is over. No, I feel like Harry is busy doing other things. This is not the normal couple. It's not like Jane and Joe from Main Street, USA getting married, where families are all involved with one another. This is a big to-do. She knew it when she hunted him down and studied his whole lineage. And he knew it when he found out, well, what the heck, I'm not gonna be a prince for another 5 princes. So in other words, I don't really count. I can just like party and have that prince title and do my own thing. Harry is a loose cannon, and we've seen him being loose with his cannon several times. So, no, I don't think that Harry should call the father, and I don't think the father should call her dad. Her dad also claims that he had a heart attack 6 days ago and was heading back to the hospital after last night with chest pains. Now, maybe you all caused the chest pains because now you all are all upset over these pictures. I think that there are a lot of people who play a lot with talking about their health. And I'm not gonna accuse anyone. All I'm saying is a heart attack, in my mind, I think that he might have had a piece of, what do you get, the heartburn. or a little angina over here, something like that. But there's certain people who play with those big words like a heart attack or on death's door. Don't do that. No, I don't think he was sick. And no, I don't think her mother should walk her down the aisle. By the way, because now that the father's not doing it, people are saying, well, maybe mom should do it. Why? This is a 36-year-old divorcee. As far as I'm concerned, she shouldn't even be wearing a white dress, but okay. Oh, please. Oh, please with you. I think that Meghan should walk down the aisle by herself, you know, because she's already done that life. But what she should be concerned about is the aftermath of being married. Like, her mom is going to be there, and they have a beautiful relationship, and that's perfect. I don't believe her dad had the heart attack. I do believe that her dad probably was kicked out of the wedding because Meghan probably called him and says, Daddy, or excuse me, oh, I forgot, she doesn't have the accent. Oh, Dad. These people are telling me that you're too much for the kingdom. So let me just get down this aisle. You already know that this is no prenuptial happening. And you already know I'm a smart girl. Daddy, I'll meet you at the Starbucks up the street around the corner from Crenshaw shortly after the wedding. But right now, Dad, just lay low. Yeah. And then, you know, some of Meghan's uninvited family members, uninvited, I said, family members, arrived in London yesterday. Take a look at this. Oh yes, what the Jersey Shore is going on. The one in the black tank top happens to be her nephew. Oh, this woman, Meghan, believe me, the gag is that Meghan is winning and Harry is blindsided. She probably has a hell of a snap and gyro and a really good sensitive conversation. And for him to marry her with no prenuptial agreement and, you know, divorcee, 36, older than him, she's got to quickly get with those kids. And I don't know if you were watching one of the shows I was watching yesterday. Diana apparently had this psychic who used to see her, his mother, who used to see her 5 days a week. And the psychic originally loved Meghan, but now the psychic was asked, and the psychic was like, nope. Diana does not like this union. And the psychic was asked, will they have children? She said, yeah, they're gonna have 1, maybe 2, but at least 1. So Piers Morgan First of all, everyone's getting ready for this royal wedding. Samantha, the half-sister of Meghan, already got her hair done, did, honey? Nope, that's not it. Look at her on Piers. She might have gotten her lips done and everything. She's ready, a little Botox. Please, why not? So Piers Morgan slammed Meghan's half-sister, Samantha, right here during an interview yesterday. You take a look and then we'll talk.
I mean, how you have the gall to come on here and talk about media vultures? You're doing a book called The Diary of Princess Pushy's Sister. You've been trashing it for 2 years, you little vulture.
I don't like men to get mixed up in women's business. You know, Piers is a friend of our show, but he has very womanly ways sometimes when he speaks to women about things. He called her a vulture. She's not a vulture. She's the half-sister. She happens to be confined to a wheelchair. And maybe she's jealous of Meghan. She's like twice Meghan's age and grew up in a different, even though they're half-sisters, they grew up in a different household. You know what I mean? Because she's so much older than Meghan. Piers, you stay out. Dad, you lay low. And Harry, you better watch out. Okay. Maybe having a Merry Christmas in Crenshaw. No, I love this, okay? Picture the prince in Crenshaw. Okay, Prince Harry. Now you realize that's about 6'3", don't you? That's not like 5'7". That's a grown man. And he was invited to his new girlfriend Meghan's house, Meghan Markle, you know, the swirly girl, gorgeous. He was invited to her house for Christmas. But that's what you do if you have a new boyfriend, whether he's a royal or whether he's a foil. I'd rather be royal. What happened to her? Anyway, Prince Harry Meghan apparently has invited him to Crenshaw for the holidays. Now, I don't know what the royal family's going to say about this. Or is it him inviting her?
He wants her to come to the palace.
Okay, no, I'm sorry. No, I have so many follicles. Doug, Brendan, somebody with a tissue. I have so many follicles in my eyes. Like they do so much, you know, it takes a village to get this mess together. And then, no, one's good. 2 is not on our budget. This is not Oprah, okay? Now, growing up as a little girl in Jersey, I told you tissues were always a luxury. I told you that, right? All right, I won't repeat. The point is that, okay, Harry wants to invite the girl, Meghan, to the royal palace for Christmas. All right. Well, now is it Meghan by herself or Meghan with her entire family? So it's Meghan by herself, from what we understand so far. But guess what's happening? The Queen Mother won't allow it. Well, her and her stuffiness. She says it's only a family affair, no exceptions. What? You know what, you all? He's been dating her for about 2 months. A 2-month girlfriend isn't even invited to the Hunters in Jersey. I'm sorry. Now, I'm sorry. I don't know who your girlfriend is. You can go out for her. Maybe she can come for a light brunch next day afterwards with all the leftovers. But you're not coming to formal food. He's only been dating, my royal Prince Kevin has only been dating you for 2 months. Why would I want you at my house? So why would the Queen want, you know, Meghan and Harry at her house? That's a mom's reaction. Clap if you understand. Okay. Kate Middleton, who is now married to William, the other one, yeah, the bald one. But hot, in his own way. Suzanne.
Yes.
I'm telling.
Yes.
No, you yes too much. Whenever we talk about, oh, Suzanne, whenever we talk about him, you yes too much.
Yeah, well, you know.
I'm telling Brendan.
Well, Brendan's right there, so you could tell him.
All right, well, Kate wasn't allowed to the royal palace until she married, him in 2011. But there are different times. 2011, 2016, that's 5 years. It might not seem a lot to a lot of us, but a lot has transpired in 5 years, you all. And you don't realize it until you sit down and look at your daily planner. Do you have one of those? I'm old school. I'm pen to pad, daily planner. Gay marriage was not 2011. Transgender bathrooms, not 2011. Weed legalized in almost every place, not 2011. McDonald's serving breakfast 24 hours. Just saying, a lot transpires in 5 years, and you don't realize because 5 years does not seem like a lot of time to a lot of us, but maybe to the kids it seems like a lifetime. Should Meghan go to the palace? Yes. Yes. You know what? It's a new day and time. And guess what? Meghan and Harry, first of all, Harry will never be king. He is fifth in line. There are 4 people who need to be offed before he's on. So he doesn't have to worry. So good luck to you, Meghan. Meghan, hone in your thing, support your man. Harry, it's too soon for you to be bringing a girl home for Christmas, even if you live in Bayonne. It's too soon. But if that's what you want to do, we're here to report the results. All right, so now look. The lucky one over the weekend is Meghan Markle. She follows Hot Topics. She did exactly what we said. You get pregnant right away. You get pregnant right away. So she's pregnant with Harry's baby, Kensington. Did you press the button?
I did not press it.
Kensington Palace made the official announcement this morning. Rumors were already swirling that they were, that she might have been pregnant because she attended Princess Eugenie's wedding. Look, we don't even have a picture of Eugenie's. We just have a picture of Meghan. Really? Is that what she doesn't matter? I don't suspect that her mother is much liked, though, around there. Fergie. You know what I mean? Fergie and Di, they would sit in the corner, smoke fags, and have a lovely time talking about what they were doing in their regular young girl lives. And then when Di passed, Fergie was just kind of there. And Eugenie is the daughter of Fergie. So, anyway, so the child will be 7th in line for the throne. Oh, please, believe me, I'd be so happy. Who wants that headache? He won't be a prince or princess unless the queen decides to offer those titles. Well, she's not offering nothing on account of... You're still black. You're still black, and Harry is still off to the left, and William is still more proper, and it won't happen. It's okay. It's perfect. Wouldn't you love to have a kid 7th in line? Yeah. Please. the kid who could go off to the University of Hawaii or Stanford or wherever, you know, dude all day. You know, just happens to be, you know, part of the Kensington Palace mess, but not fully a part. Like, not worth fussing over. So Meghan, congratulations. She's due in April. Hi. So, there's great news, everybody. The royal baby, thank you. There's the royal baby. The royal baby is here. The baby looks like all babies, just cute and precious and full of hope. Woo, woo, woo. You know what I like about Meghan Markle? I like that Meghan Markle gained weight like everybody else. She didn't try anything weird, like, you know, a Spanx or something like that, contouring makeup. She's unrecognizable in the face, right? And I mean that in a good way. You know how it was after you pushed out. Look at those upper arms. They look like yours and mine, don't they? Look at her fupa right here, right? Hey, I like it. So baby Jerome doesn't have a name yet. We don't know what his name is, but you know, cute baby. A lot of people were wondering what the baby would look like. People are really stuck on this thing, like, is he gonna look black? Is he gonna look white? You know how that goes. The color starts on the ears, and then it moves in. And then usually by like the 3-month mark, you know what color baby you have. But she's half black, half white, and he's all white, so that makes the baby a quarter black, which still makes him black. What does a black ginger look like? Sinbad. Oh, Sinbad. Oh, he's the only black ginger that we know, though, right? Well, maybe you know some. Maybe you are one. Good for you. Anyway, look, I love this family. They both spoke to the press. Take a look.
We're just so thrilled to have our own little bundle of joy and be able to spend some precious times with him as he slowly starts to grow up.
It'll be a nice moment to introduce the baby to more family, and my mom's with us as well. So it's been a really, here we go.
Another great grandchild.
Yes.
I'm happy for them, but particularly for her. You know, Meghan's got this half-brother, Thomas, and he spoke out yesterday, and what he was basically saying is that he's hoping that becoming a mother will open her eyes and shed light on what it means to be family. Well, you know what, Thomas? I don't know your relationship with your sister, but I do know that between you and your other sister, the one in the wheelchair, and your father, the three of you have managed to bash Meghan the entire time that she's been involved with the prince. And we're not your family. You know, family are only people that you're born to have to tolerate. They're not people that you elect to be with. So, you know, it's more of an honor to be somebody's friend because that means that you were selected. You know what I mean? I mean, if you think about the bigger scheme of what matters in life, being a family member is nothing. You were born into that. Ugh. Anyway, but here's the thing, and even the most hardened woman gets a little softer when she has a baby. Towards even family members that, she doesn't particularly care for, but now the baby's here, we don't want to continue this same mess or the same immaturity, or I'm gonna let bygones be bygones. And so maybe this will soften her to want to make amends with her father. I don't know what her father's done. You know, it was said that Mr. Markle was the one who spent, you know, his hardworking worker man money to put her in talented lessons, the ballet and the tap and whatever, that eventually got her to Hollywood and eventually got her first marriage where she broke up with the guy over an email. And then, or was that the boyfriend who was the cook on the set of, oh gee. Anyway, she's been around like many people before they get married. You know, she's had relationships and stuff like that, and she's a little bit older than him. And maybe her family's jealous, maybe her sister's jealous, maybe the brother just wants, you know, alone. And the father, I don't see Mr. Markle as being a bad guy. I just hope that she does make amends, because Meghan now has the biggest thing going, and that is she married him. There's no event bigger than marrying and giving birth to the first son in the royal family. Even the second kid won't count, you know? So now, now. Nobody's getting any younger. And, you know, I do think that she should reach out and try to make some sort of amends with her 3 family members that we don't know anything about. Because all we know is the mother, you know? And that's not good enough. Not when you don't try, not if you're not gonna try with the others. And you have so much. All her life she wanted to be a princess. Or what, you know, something royal, she achieved it. Like, she, yeah. I still think, though, that she has something up her sleeve. You know what I mean? Like, he's talking too much now, Thomas Markle. He's 73. He spoke out over the weekend. He says that Meghan seems to be under tremendous pressure just looking at pictures of her, you know, because they don't talk anymore. He said, I see it in her eyes. I see it in her face. I see it in her smile. I know her smile. I don't like the one I'm seeing now. Well, I mean, first of all, she's got to contain herself so she can't smile with all teeth showing, because that's un-Buckingham Palace-like. You know, if she smiles like, oh my God, God forbid. She looks happy to me. She looks like a girl who achieved her dream. And I would think, like, Meghan Markle, not for nothing, seems like the kind of girl who wanted this so badly. She would forsake everybody to make sure that she stays there at the palace. You know? Like, it kind of sucks she's not talking to her father. He's all 73 and old. A bit overweight. He had a heart attack 3 days before the wedding. That's why he wasn't there. He was supposed to walk her down the aisle. Meghan invited him to walk her down the aisle. He had a heart attack. He also says the way she dresses is outdated and ridiculous. Well, I mean, when you sign up for the job, this is how you have to dress. Oof. Thomas said that he's not spoken to Meghan since the wedding and fears that he never will. Take a look.
The phone number that I called, it doesn't work anymore. I guess, liaison with the royal family never answers back, and there's no address I can write to, so I have no way of contacting my daughter. I would like my relationship with Meghan to be like father and daughter, like we've always been. My message would be, I love you, I miss you. I'm sorry for anything that went wrong. I just want to, and I want to be her child's grandfather, and I want to be near them. I want to be a part of their life.
Poor thing. I feel bad for him. After the heart attack, he picks up 2 In-N-Out burgers and a bucket of KFC. Checks into an Airbnb and watches the wedding on TV. Well, you know what? Here's the thing, Thomas. You're not going to be able to have a relationship with your daughter if you keep speaking to the media. Now you've said just enough. She will always know how to get in touch with you. But, yeah, you have to wait for her to come around and get in touch with you, you know? Thomas is thinking of flying to England to see his daughter. Now, see, you're wrong for that. They will arrest you on sight. I like her smile. It's not phony. They didn't want me to mention Ryan Seacrest, but I will. Oh, you know that smile he does. And I like him, but his smile is very disingenuous. Look, they won't even show the picture. They're like, damn that Wendy, we push her out there and she says it anyway. It's the kind of girl I am. Ow. So Meghan's half-sister, Samantha, on the other hand, you know, Samantha is in a wheelchair, and Samantha had been doing a lot of crowing about Meghan prior to them getting married. She wasn't invited to the wedding. But guess what? She's going to be a contestant on Celebrity Big Brother, UK. Oh. Well, no, that show is huge over there. Are you kidding me? Plus, she'll get a little paycheck. I mean, I wish that we could watch it. I don't know anything about her except that she, at one point, didn't seem to like Meghan, seemed to be very jealous of Meghan. But she reached out to us because she watches the show. Good morning, Samantha. So anyway, she says, I can't talk about anything yet, but I will say that the public had me all wrong. Let's just say I will have an extraordinary amount of fun, meaning being on Big Brother. And then she goes on, part of it says, when she's talking about Hot Topics Bureau, she goes, I'm just a girl, I say it like I mean it, just like Wendy. It's like, oh. Anyway, Big Brother was really smart, I think, to hire her. And people are gonna tune in, even though it's already big over there anyway. I don't know what other celebrities are gonna be in the Big Brother. Wimbledon, all right? So fans were trying to snap pictures, like Corey at the restaurant last night. And security stopped them, saying that she is there as a private person and she wants her privacy. Now, I see you nodding in the front row, but you're dead wrong. In the stripes, I love your outfit, but let's get into it. All right, here's my thing. If you are a public person with a public persona, then every time you step out of the house, you've got to be expected that somebody is going to approach you to want a picture, or they're gonna be doing weird stuff like taking pictures behind your back. Doesn't mean you have to do it. Sometimes there's negotiation, like I do with my Wendy watchers. There's negotiation. But here's Meghan sitting at Wimbledon, okay? This is the whole VIP area, and nobody's sitting there. And security, this man was taking a selfie right there. And while he was taking his selfie, her security got in his face, like, stop, look at security, man. Meghan's trying to act like she's ignoring it. But the thing, my thought is that Meghan, wait, no, I'm not team you. I'm sorry with that. I said I was team you. I'm not team you. I'm team the people. And you gotta give the people what they want. And you know, you were an actress, so you were familiar with Hollywood, and now you're on a bigger stage being part of the royal family, and you might not want your picture taken, but people are weird these days. Always wanting pictures and junk. But there was one person who took Meghan's picture, and take a look. All right, wait, no. Oh, all right, there's Meghan. Okay, now show me the other picture. And then I'm gonna tell them exactly who it was, this damn show. You see that right there? Do you know who that is? That is our on-staff lawyer, Jen Clear. Wendy. Yes! Yes! My mouth might get me in trouble, so Jen's here every day. Good morning, Jen. But she was at Wimbledon, she was sitting right there. And she took a picture. Here's what she took, right? Is that an iPhone? Like, how'd she get so zoomed in? And Meghan is looking, because remember, Meghan wanted to work here at Wendy as one of our, remember I told you that? She came here to be one of our models for, you know, we do the fashion shows and things like that, or get a job doing something. And this is before she met the man she's met, the redhead, Harry. But Meghan knows Wendy's show. Meghan wanted to work here. Jen, that is an awesome picture. You know what? This show is so ridiculous. Now, Meghan Markle, everybody, says that she was warned not to marry Prince Harry. You know who warned her? Some hating-ass girlfriend of hers. You know what I'm saying? Like, you meet a prince and your friend's gonna tell you not to marry? Get out, or Meghan's lying to try to give sympathy, you know, for us to give her sympathy. Anyway, yeah, and the weird thing about this interview that she did, she's standing up the whole time. Like, there's no chair, there's no shade. Like, she's standing the whole time in a trench coat interviewing. So it's kind of awkward. Anyway, take a look.
I had no idea, which probably sounds difficult to understand here, but when I first met my now husband, my friends were really happy because I was so happy, but my British friends said to me, I'm sure he's great, but you shouldn't do it because the British tabloids will destroy your life. And I very naively, I'm American, we don't have that there. What are you talking about? That doesn't make any sense. I'm not in tabloids. I didn't get it.
Yes, you did. You knew exactly what you were doing. And I applaud her plotation on the royal situation. But please, don't try to garner sympathy from us. You knew what you were doing. By the way, your friend is a hater. And so whoever told you that, if someone in fact told you that, she needs to be dismissed. And yeah. And I feel like, you know, this couple, first of all, you know, with William and Kate, they are grooming because he's gonna be the king and she's gonna be the queen and the kids are gonna be the royals like that. Harry and Meghan have nothing to lose by moving to America. Yeah. Why not? I mean, move to America, you know, and live part-time in Africa like you want to do. You have to still go back to England. The thing about moving to America is you're really kicking the royal thing out of your life. So have a place in all three places. Have a mansion in Malibu, a big hut, you know, or I've never been to Africa, I don't know, but, or a big hotel or wherever you're gonna live in Africa, and then have your royal palace-esque type place in England. I mean, I like them. I really do like them. But her, there's something about her. You know what I'm saying? And you know what, girl, Meghan. Meghan, don't be surprised that the paparazzi are everywhere. Of course, because you're now a royal. They weren't following you when you were on Suit. We didn't even know who you were, except when you came for employment here at Wendy and wanted to be one of our runway models. I've told this story before. Do I need to go into it again? Yes! All right, well, once upon a time, there was an innocent girl named Meghan, and she wanted to be a runway model here at Wendy. And Suzanne?
Yeah. Well, she wanted to be an expert.
Tell it!
Okay, so she called up our talent department. She called our lovely bookers, Carrie and Siobhan, and she said, I'm Meghan Markle from Suits, and we were there.
Right.
I was like, what?
Tell it.
She said, I'm really into fashion.
Go.
I would love to come to your show and be a fashion expert and do the runway and all that stuff. And they said, all right, we'll come by our office. We'll meet with you.
And she was actually in the office. Not
Yep.
this one right here, but across the street. We got 2 buildings on the block. This is my block.
Yep, so she...
Go ahead.
She came in, she sat down, and they met with her, and they talked with her about
I do
what
believe that we even have a picture, except it's not ready right now. We have a picture of her standing in the Wendy building across the street.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
Yes,
really?
it's somewhere in the still store.
Okay.
Okay.
So then, yeah, so she wanted to be on the show. They chatted with her, and they thought that she'd be perfect to come here
Right.
and do it. And then by the time we decided to book her,
She was already engaged.
yup,
That's all I'm saying.
yup,
We are involved with everything around here.
yup.
But here's the thing. Like, every celebrity has their own relationship with the paparazzis, whoever they are. You know what I'm saying? Like, yesterday,